Nowadays, in a time when Roma people travel across Europe with caravans, an international group of young people proposed the opposite: to travel by caravans in the country with the largest Roma population of Europe, visit the villages, enter the communities and work to explore Roma lifestyles on the spots. That led at great impacts within hosts, sender organizations and countries, and European youth as a whole. It was a traveling project with caravans in gypsy style and lived for 2 times, 1 week each time in a Roma community. There, the group created contacts by using animation as a tool. After the first contact, the group intensified these contacts and worked towards the empowering of the community. In the end, the group worked around a possible link between the 2 villages and focused on the follow-up, creation of new youth projects, all by meeting and understanding the local realities and the culture.
Da tu zigani, ciucăcevo, da tu zigane, țaceia le volim, lița șuca, inolacio. Vohi bară de piapnico, vohi fraieri, ai copcave, ai diceli, tu le cavoli.
Romanimation was a mobile European project held in different locations of Romania, chronologically as follows: Timișoara, Dudești Noi, Băile Calacea, Sat Chinez and Timișoara. It was prepared through a meeting by an international team of 6 members in Timișoara, 24-28 April 2004. The participants were recruited in the next period from 6 countries, all to take part on voluntary basis in the project. Then it took 3 weeks, in the period 4-24 August 2004, for the international group of 26 participants to move between the locations foreseen to implement it.
You gotta be free as a kid again. You gotta be free, so free. You gotta be free as a kid again. You gotta be free, so free.
Timișoara, 4-7 August 2004. The introduction seminar held in Casa Leone for presentations of the project's program and process, participants' expectations and market of competencies, team-building games, inputs on Roma and Romania realities, preparations for the contacts.
you feel for you that your language, your religion, your culture is respected by the society you live in.
Цыгане любят песни, а песни непростые. Цыгане любят песни, то песни удалые.
Dudești Noi, 7-12 August 2004. Socio-cultural animation phase in the village with workshops mainly hosted by the local school, in the courtyard, but also there was street animation, targeting over 100 Roma and Romanian young people. The working structure was of workshops preparations in the mornings and random in the afternoons and evenings. In Dudești Noi, some team members already start working the year before with animation, and with the same aims, the community was very open and happy that we came back. Therefore, the first contact went very smoothly and the welcome was warm. Together with a group of local teenagers, we built a playground in wood for the children in the yard of the cultural center. This was a very concrete result that was created and that is still present in the village and used by the children. The fact that we have chosen to make this with them was to leave something concrete behind, and by making it with the teenagers was in order to show them how to make it and to make them responsible for the construction, so they keep on taking care of it, improve it, and also use the learned technique to create new things.
We want to leave something to the community here, and this piece of work, it is a contribution of the Romanimation to the local people and for the youngsters.
After building the playground, we established a good and solid relationship with the teenagers and started to talk about possible follow-up based on their needs and wishes. Out of this came the idea of creating an organization for young people, Roma and Romanian, which could organize different things for the youngsters and children of the village.
And we have he wants to introduce us, the mayor of this village, which is the youngest mayor in Romania.
During our stay in Dudești Noi, we tried to work with all different ages in the community. By our presence and energy we gave while being there, the Roma leader of the community started thinking about possibilities of continuing some kind of actions, activities that could help the Roma community in Dudești Noi. He and some friends came up with the idea of an organization for the Roma people with which they want to start acting. Some points they want to act in are: analphabetism, by organizing reading and writing courses in the school for adults; discrimination, by defending Roma rights towards authorities; valorization of Roma cultural identity, by organizing activities in which they can show some cultural aspects of their culture, for example dancing, music, and so on. After 2 days of recovering in Băile Calacea and preparing the next project step was the second community of Sat Chinez between 15-20 August 2004. socio-cultural animation phase in the village with workshops mainly hosted by the local cultural center. In front of it, but also there was street animation and workshops in the Roma neighborhood, targeting over 100 Roma and Romanian young people. The working structure was of workshops preparations in the mornings and run them in the afternoons and evenings. As it was for the first time of this kind of international activity in this village, it was more difficult to win the trust of the local community. Therefore, we worked together with an existing Roma association, Bactale Rom, of which we had 2 participants in the group. Because of the fact that it was the first time that there was a group of strangers coming and staying in the village, we felt a big skepticism and misunderstandings during the first contacts. As they only get international visitors who came to give some humanitarian help, they expected the same from us: money, clothes, computers. So it took a while before we could make it clear that we were not there for this, but to work and do things together in a spirit of exchange. But once these obstacles were over, we managed to understand each other and started to respect one another. Together with a group of local teenagers who came together to play football, we organized a big football game between the internationals and the Roma youngsters. After the game, the ice was broken and we started thinking on the idea to make a football field in the Roma area of the village. We started looking for a location, made an action plan, and went to present it to the mayor. This gave them a new motivation and hope to realize it, knowing that they have a big responsibility in this project. So after they wrote the project, they gave it to the mayor to present it to the local council to be approved, which has been done on the 15th of September 2004. Romanimation challenged all involved: the international team to prepare and manage it, the participants to adapt at a mobile project, and the local realities and the targeted groups of young people in the villages to participate in the proposed activities. Therefore, all contributed at their levels to the project organization and management by completing each other, as Romanimation was complex in many terms. The program was flexible in contact, adapted to the field realities and to the participants. In the balance of the working hours wasn't flexibility, everything being ruled according with a schedule all the time. In the villages, the international group was accommodated not in bedrooms, but for common sleep on the floors of Dudești Noi School in 2 classrooms and Satkines Cultural Center on the theater stage. Kitchen for the animation phases in the 2 villages was run for all the meals by 2 French participants like cooks, who also provided fresh food from town, transported with the van of the project partner organization Ratatouille. Transport for those using the airport was with the project van. Outside Timișoara, the project used a rented bus, the enters in both villages being by roulottes provided by the local Roma, who came at the road to welcome the group and introduce it in the community in such a way. English was the active official project language, and few languages were passive used, with the voluntary help of spontaneous translators: Romanian, Romani, Italian, French. The participants not stick in country groups, but from the very beginning of the project they interfered and mixed, staying so along the entire period. A mobile office accompanied the group in the villages, equipped with all facilities: flip charts, stationery, copy machine, stereo, digital cameras, computer, material for workshops, tents, tables and benches, kitchen staff. The international team held its working meetings whenever was necessary, mostly in the evenings after the day program finished, to evaluate the past activities and design the details for the coming events. Timișoara, 20-24 August 2004. The closing seminar held in Casa Leone for future projects, diverse evaluations and follow-up meetings. The people present in the evaluation meeting were in general satisfied with the action in their villages. They said that it was one of the best projects they have ever hosted, because it was a direct impact in their lives. The global feeling of the participants on the project was very good and positive, even considering the fact that they were exhausted after the project. Some of them wrote in their evaluations that this project was good because it gave the opportunity to young people to organize themselves, to think and to feel the reality, the problems of the communities, and to get to know their needs and their spirit.
I think that in this project, the first important link between pizza and this project is our group, because each one of us is like tomato, potato, salsichon, delphine.
The idea of the project came last year when we started to work in Deștinoi, and because of the good result we had there last year, we decided to make it a bigger project.
Okay, I learned the people have a different thought.
The communication between them is going really bad. Lots of misunderstandings and discrimination.
I was impressed by how friendly everyone was to us.
Proiectul a fost ok, mai ales tinerii din străinătate. Au fost niște băieți super și fetele la fel.
Amela și bukia noastră proiectul să se chilem, te cărau bukia, ca să da folos la comunitate.
I am not gypsy because I was not born like a gypsy, but I have a way of life like it because I want to travel and I want to meet people.
Personally, for me, the Deștinoi was so good, and it was just the dynamic of the group and the people we worked with was amazing.
It's a lot of different people, and on one way we really can work really good together, and it's really beautiful, I think.
I wanna do something for my life and for others.
This project is a very good project and the group is an excellent one.
From this project I learned a lot of things, especially about animation.
A hard project, but a good and great project.
De tu țiganii, de tu țiganii, ciucă-cevo, de tu țigane, țaceie le volim, liță șipca, ino la cio. Vohi barăl de piapnico, vohi fraieri, ai copcave, ai dikeli, tu le cavoli.
The whole group was happy about the globality of the project in terms of inclusion and animation, and motivated to continue this way of working in their own countries. There are some project ideas for following up with some of the international participants and team members. These ideas came directly from the results of the Romanimation project. This means that a concrete follow-up is planned with an international participation, groups or individuals on a local level. These projects are at the moment being planned, and hopefully the organizers will find the resources to realize them. If they will be realized, will give the opportunity to the involved participants to go back to the villages during the preparation and during the realization of the projects, to continue to motivate the local young people and to support them in their actions. Now all dream of Romanimation too.
Rodejaca eva hoilo, salva shalel rodegela, mangeva charra, manica violina e li va, gira bazza.